Today, I want to talk about something most people overlook in this loud, noisy world, the power of building yourself quietly. You don't have to announce every move. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't need an audience to become great. You just need a quiet commitment to yourself. There comes a moment in every life when the noise from the outside world grows so loud, so relentless that it almost drowns out the quiet wisdom inside of us. The opinions, the expectations, the criticisms, the endless chorus of what you should do and who you should be, it can feel overwhelming. In times like these, it is so easy to forget that you already possess everything you need to find your way. The voice you must trust most deeply is not the loudest one outside of you. It is the soft, steady whisper that comes from within. Learning to trust your inner voice is not something that happens overnight. It is a slow, often uncomfortable process of tuning in when everything around you demands that you tune out. It is learning to pause when life demands that you rush. It is making space in your busy mind to ask yourself the real hard questions. What do I truly believe? What do I truly want? What feels right to me, even if it makes no sense to anyone else? That voice, that small but mighty inner knowing, will never scream for your attention. It doesn't compete. It doesn't bully. It simply waits, patient and unwavering, for you to remember it's there. It speaks to you in the quietest moments, in the breath before decision, in the hesitation before saying yes to something your heart is unsure about, in the persistent feeling that something isn't quite right, even when everyone else says it is. Trusting your inner voice means honoring your intuition, even when you have no proof that you're right. It means following your instincts, even when the path ahead looks foggy and uncertain. It means understanding that clarity is often something you earn only after you take the first few steps into the unknown. You may not always have the full map laid out in front of you. Often, you'll be asked to walk by faith, not by sight, guided only by a deep internal sense of what feels aligned, what feels true. Many of us were taught, consciously or unconsciously, to doubt ourselves. We were told to defer to authority, to seek validation from others, to mistrust our own desires as foolish or selfish. Over time, we learned to look outward for approval, forgetting the innate wisdom we were born with. Reclaiming that inner authority requires courage. It requires standing firm in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It requires being willing to disappoint others in order to be loyal to yourself. It requires understanding that you are not here to live someone else's version of a good life. You are here to live your own. There will be times when trusting your inner voice means walking away from what is comfortable. There will be moments when people you love and respect question your decisions. There may even be seasons where you feel alone, wondering if you made a mistake by listening to that deep pull inside you. But eventually, you will come to understand that the voice inside you is not leading you astray. It is leading you home. Your inner voice carries the purest wisdom about who you are and what you are meant to become. It knows your true calling long before your mind can comprehend it. It knows what you are capable of, even when you doubt yourself. It calls you higher, asking you to live not according to fear, but according to faith. Faith in your own spirit, faith in your own journey. When you honor that voice, you begin to live a life that feels less like striving and more like flowing. You begin to recognize opportunities that are truly meant for you because you are no longer chasing what was never yours to begin with. You start to make decisions with confidence, not because you know exactly how everything will work out, but because you know that whatever happens, you will not betray yourself in the process. The more you trust your inner voice, the stronger it becomes. Each time you listen, each time you choose yourself over the noise, You reinforce the foundation of your authenticity. You build resilience. You build integrity. You build a life that feels deeply, beautifully, unmistakably yours. And that, more than anything else, is the kind of success that cannot be taken away. A life rooted in self-trust is a life of unshakable peace. It is a life where you no longer need the world's applause to feel worthy. It is a life where you are guided not by fear of what might happen, but by love for who you are becoming. In the end, trusting your inner voice is not about having all the answers. It is about having the courage to listen, to honor that quiet wisdom inside you, and to move forward step by step, even when the world doesn't understand, because deep down you do, and that is enough. It is easy to believe that life's greatness is built on grand gestures, on monumental achievements, on days when everything changes in an instant. We are taught to look for the fireworks, to chase the big moments, to wait for the spectacular breakthroughs that will announce to the world and to ourselves that we have finally made it. But real transformation, the kind that lasts, almost never comes like that. It is not made up of dazzling announcements. It is born in the small, quiet moments, the ones so easy to overlook, the ones that often feel invisible and ordinary. The truth is, the life you dream of is not built in a day. It is built a little bit at a time. It is waking up early when you would rather sleep a little longer. It is choosing to focus on your work when distractions pull at you from every corner. It is choosing kindness when frustration could easily take over. It is pushing through the discomfort of learning something new when it would be easier to stay where you are. The people who master their lives are the ones who learn to master the small moments. They understand that how you do the little things is how you do everything. They treat each moment, each conversation, each opportunity as if it matters, because it does. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every quiet sacrifice, every patient step forward, every small act of discipline, even when no one else sees it, especially when no one else sees it, shapes you into the person capable of handling the bigger stages when they come. When you commit to showing up for the small things with excellence, you develop habits that sustain you when life asks more of you. You build character, resilience, and self-trust. You learn to rely on yourself because you know that you have done the hard work when nobody was clapping, when no one was watching, when quitting would have been easy. Mastering the small moments teaches you that you don't need to be motivated all the time. You just need to be committed. There is a kind of dignity in the daily grind, in the small steps, in the unseen efforts. Most people want the reward without the routine. They want the result without respecting the process. But real growth, real excellence demands that you fall in love with the work itself, not just the outcome. It demands that you keep showing up for yourself, even when the results are slow, even when progress feels invisible, even when nobody else understands why you're working so hard for something they cannot yet see. There will be seasons where it feels like your effort isn't making a difference, where the progress is so slow, it seems like you're standing still, where you wonder if it's even worth it. In those moments, remember this: the seed you plant today will not bear fruit tomorrow. Growth is happening underneath the surface long before it becomes visible to the world. Trust the process. Trust the small beginnings. Trust that every honest effort you make is watering a future you cannot yet see. Mastering the small moments also means being fully present in your everyday life. It's in how you treat the person in front of you when you're busy. It's in how you speak to yourself in the quiet moments when doubt creeps in. It's in choosing gratitude over complaint, patience over anger, faith over fear. These moments may seem tiny, but they build your spirit in ways nothing else can. Bokar. They carve strength into your bones, grace into your voice, compassion into your heart. It's not the big dramatic moments that define you. It's the thousands of small ones when no one is watching, when you choose to be better, to be kinder, to be stronger. It's not just about achieving success. It's about becoming the kind of person who is worthy of that success. And that happens one small moment at a time. The future you dream about is already being built right here, right now, in the choices you are making today. So don't rush past the small things. Don't dismiss the daily habits, the tiny victories, the quiet acts of courage. Honor them, master them. Because when the big moments finally come, and they will, you will realize that you were becoming ready for them all along in the small, sacred spaces where no one else was looking, but you were still choosing to rise. Growth is not something that happens by accident. It isn't something that simply falls into your lap because you've been waiting long enough. True growth is relentless. It is a decision, a conscious choice you make every single day to keep pushing yourself, to keep improving, to keep evolving. It requires an unwavering commitment to becoming better, no matter how challenging or uncomfortable the journey might be. To grow is to constantly stretch, to move past the limits you once believed were unchangeable, to face the fears and doubts that often hold us back, and to transform them into stepping stones. Being relentless about growth means you never settle for mediocrity. It's about refusing to accept anything less than your best effort. It's understanding that stagnation is your enemy, that the moment you stop growing, you stop living. Even when things are going well, even when you've achieved what others might consider success, you know that the next level is just around the corner. The pursuit of growth is not limited by the confines of what is comfortable or easy. It is fueled by a hunger to reach beyond the horizon, to do more, to learn more, and to be more. Growth isn't a linear process. It isn't something that happens in a straight line, where you can track progress with every step. Sometimes growth is slow, invisible even. Other times it feels like you're going backward before you can move forward. But every setback is a lesson, every failure a gift in disguise. Being relentless means not allowing the temporary discomfort of setbacks to define you. Instead, you see them as opportunities to refine yourself, to test your strength and resilience, and to come out even stronger on the other side. When you are relentless about growth, you cultivate the courage to embrace discomfort. You understand that it is in the uncomfortable moments, in the times when you are pushed to your absolute limits, that the most significant transformations occur. Every time you break through a barrier, whether it's a mental block, an emotional hurdle, or a physical limit, you grow. The process may be difficult, the journey may be long and hard, but the rewards are always worth the effort. Growth is about adopting a mindset of constant learning. You seek knowledge not just for the sake of acquiring facts, but because you know that knowledge opens doors. Every new piece of information, every new skill you master, every experience you gain broadens your perspective and enhances your ability to contribute to the world around you. Being relentless about growth means you never stop learning. You remain a student of life, a student of your own potential, always looking for ways to better yourself. Relentless growth also requires a deep commitment to self-awareness. You have to be willing to look within and confront your weaknesses, your fears, and your flaws. It's not always comfortable, but it's essential. Without a willingness to be honest with yourself, you will never be able to move forward. To grow, you must first acknowledge where you are, where you've been, and where you still need to go. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which growth is built. Being relentless about growth doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. In fact, some of the most significant growth comes when you surround yourself with the right people, those who encourage you, challenge you, and inspire you to push beyond your limits. Growth is often sparked by the influence of others. Whether it's through mentorship, partnership, or community, no one is truly self-made. We are all shaped and sharpened by the people we encounter along the way. So be relentless about seeking out those who will help you grow, who will support you, and who will help you hold yourself accountable. One of the most powerful aspects of being relentless about growth is understanding that growth is a lifetime commitment. It's not about achieving a single goal and then stopping. Growth doesn't end when you reach a particular milestone. It's a continual process, a lifelong journey. The moment you stop striving for growth, you begin to lose the magic of life. There will always be more to learn, more to do, and more ways to evolve. Relentless growth also requires a deep sense of purpose. Without purpose, growth can feel directionless. Purpose is the fuel that drives your pursuit of self-improvement. It gives you something to aim for, something that keeps you moving forward even when the road gets tough. When you are clear about your purpose, you can weather any storm. You can navigate any challenge because you know that every step, no matter how difficult, is taking you closer to fulfilling your higher calling. Being relentless about growth isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about knowing that no matter where you are on your journey, you are always evolving, always becoming. It's about showing up every single day with a mindset that says, I am willing to do the work. I am willing to learn. I am willing to become the best version of myself. And when you make that commitment, when you choose to never stop growing, you set yourself on a path that will take you to places you never imagined. The most powerful people in the world, the ones who make the greatest impact, who change lives, who leave a lasting legacy, are not the ones who were born with all the answers. They are the ones who were relentless in their pursuit of growth, who showed up day after day, and who never gave up on the idea that they could always improve, always rise higher, always become more. And you can be one of those people. All it takes is a relentless commitment to growth, a refusal to settle, and a passion for becoming everything you are meant to be. In today's world, it's easy to lose sight of the most valuable thing you have, your peace. We live in a fast-paced, noisy, and often chaotic environment. Everywhere you turn, there are distractions, demands, and pressures that threaten to pull you away from your center. Social media, endless work tasks, personal responsibilities, external opinions, all of it can weigh on your mind and spirit, sometimes without you even realizing it. But if you want to live a life of true fulfillment, if you want to make clear, intentional decisions, if you want to experience real joy, then protecting your peace must become your #1 priority. Peace is not something that can be taken for granted. It's not something that just happens by chance. It's something you have to actively protect, defend, and nurture. Without peace, even the most beautiful moments of life can feel overwhelming. Without peace, it becomes hard to think clearly, make good choices, or find true happiness. When you protect your peace, you protect your ability to be yourself, to think with clarity, to engage with the world around you in a grounded and centered way. It is the foundation from which everything else in your life can flourish. The first step to protecting your peace is recognizing what disrupts it. What are the things, the people, or the situations that disturb your tranquility. For some, it may be toxic relationships, whether with family, friends, or colleagues. For others, it might be unhealthy environments, chaotic schedules, or constant external noise. You could even be your own negative thoughts or unrealistic expectations. It's essential to become aware of the triggers that disturb your peace, because only by identifying boundaries, then can you take action to safeguard your well-being. Once you recognize the things that disrupt your peace, you must then take responsibility for setting boundaries. Boundaries are not just a luxury, they are a necessity. Boundaries protect your energy and your mental health. When you allow others to overstep your boundaries, you are giving away pieces of your peace. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful acts of self-care you can practice. Saying no isn't selfish, it's necessary for your own well-being. Saying no gives you the power to say yes to the things that truly matter, the things that nourish your soul and bring you joy. Setting boundaries is not always easy. It can be uncomfortable, especially if you are someone who is used to putting others' needs before your own. But over time, you will begin to see the value in protecting your peace. You will realize that by maintaining boundaries, you are actually showing up as the best version of yourself, for you and for others. You can't give from an empty cup, and you can't pour from a well that's run dry. When you take care of your peace, you have more to give to the people and the causes that matter most. Another critical aspect of protecting your peace is learning to let go of things that are out of your control. One of the biggest sources of stress and anxiety in life comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. You cannot control the actions or thoughts of others. You cannot control the weather, or the traffic, or unexpected life events. You can only control your own responses, your own mindset, and your own actions. Accepting this truth can bring immense relief. Let go of the need to control everything around you and instead focus on what you can influence, your own thoughts, emotions, and decisions. When you release the grip on things outside your control, you allow space for peace to flow in. In addition to letting go, you must also make a conscious effort to fill your life with positive influences. Seek out the people, activities, and environments that uplift you. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, who bring positivity into your life, and who respect your boundaries. The energy of the people you spend time with has a profound effect on your peace. Negative, toxic relationships drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted, while healthy, supportive connections nourish your soul and help you stay grounded. Beyond relationships, it's essential to create a physical environment that supports peace. Your environment plays a significant role in your mental and emotional state. A cluttered, disorganized space can lead to feelings of chaos and overwhelm. But a clean, organized, and calming environment can promote clarity and serenity. Take time to create spaces that foster peace, whether that means reading, decluttering your home, organizing your workspace, or spending time in nature. Your surroundings have a direct impact on your inner world, so make it a priority to create an environment that nurtures your peace. Finally, protecting your peace requires you to prioritize self-care. This isn't just about taking occasional breaks or indulging in a spa day, though those things are wonderful too. Self-care is about checking in with yourself regularly, tuning into your own needs, and taking the time to recharge your mind, body, and spirit. It means practicing mindfulness, meditation, or journaling to clear your mind. It means engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's reading, taking a walk, or listening to music. Self-care is the ongoing practice of nurturing yourself in ways that support your peace and well-being. Protecting your peace is not a one-time effort. It's an ongoing practice that you must commit to daily. Life will always bring challenges, but when you make peace a priority, you create a foundation that allows you to navigate those challenges with grace and resilience. You become less susceptible to the noise and chaos around you because you have cultivated an inner peace that no external circumstance can disrupt. So protect your peace fiercely. Guard it with everything you have. It is the most precious thing you own, and it is the key to living a fulfilled, empowered, and joyful life. When you protect your peace, you protect your power. And in that space of peace, you become the best version of yourself, calm, centered, and unstoppable. Serving others without expectation is one of the most profound and transformative actions you can take in your life. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the things we do for others must come with some sort of return, recognition, praise, or compensation. But true service is not about what you can get in return. It's about what you can give without any attachment to the outcome. When you serve without expectation, you shift the focus from what you can receive to what you can contribute. And in that process, you begin to experience a deeper, more meaningful connection to the world around you. So, creating